Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Today is July 18th, 2019, a Thursday. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here. Now, I had computer problems. I caught a very malicious virus in my computer. I'm on the computer again. I was on my old computer yesterday, but now I'm back on my computer again. And what I did was I had to reformat, fragment the hard drive, and I didn't just fragment it once and reformat it. I did it 12 times, and there's a reason why I did that. The first time you erase the hard drive and reformat it, the data that's on the hard drive is fragmented, but they can still recover it. Whatever this virus I had, it's more than just a virus. It was like they were in my computer. They were inserting data into my computer, and stuff, and taking data out. And I knew that they were doing that because I'd take a look at my hard drive, my C drive on my computer, and I could see that data was being moved in and out. Roughly around 20 gigabytes of data was being moved in and out, and I don't know what in the heck they were doing. I think they had control over my computer, to tell you the truth. Anyway, got rid of them. Erased everything and did a fresh install of Windows after I fragmented the hard drive a dozen times and reformatted it. So each time chopping the data all to pieces, basically, until it's completely eradicated, and then new fresh install of Windows. And I had to save all the old data off on an external hard drive, and I was working at it for about 3 hours before I got this computer fixed. So basically it's fixed, thank goodness. Anyway, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look first at the gold price today. We're looking at $1,416, and gold has been strong. Gold and silver strong, and the strength is starting to come back into it. I think this is just starting. This is just beginning. I think it's going to get an awful lot more powerful as time progresses into this crisis that's very slowly unfolding. I think gold and silver are the best place to be, the most solid place. Now, it might not have as big a gains as cryptocurrency, but don't underestimate the gains that it's going to have. And it's just beginning. Let's take a look now at cryptocurrency today and see what it's doing. Cryptocurrency, it was up, and now it's moving back down again. I think it's trying to establish a bottom in the high 8,000s in this retracement, and then I think it's going to start to work its way back up again once it establishes that. That's what I think it's doing. I think we're going to see like 8,900 before this is over, or 8,700 or something like that before this is over. We're in a little bit of a price correction. This price correction is going to continue a little bit longer, I think. I don't think we're out of it just yet. I've been talking about this for the last several days, this price correction on cryptocurrencies. I think it's going to end when we get down around 8,800, 8,700. Might even move a little bit lower than that. That buying opportunity. It's creating a buying opportunity, I think. And, this is not financial advice, but I think it's creating a little bit of a buying opportunity, and I think the price is going to start to move upwards again. But I think we're going to see a little bit more buying opportunity. Yesterday we had a buying opportunity. I totally missed it. I didn't get any. But, cryptocurrency is still in a bull market as far as I'm concerned, and it's a carryover from the bull market. Gold and silver are starting to be recipients of this same bull market. The whole thing. It's going to push these asset classes up really high. For a long time now, the stock market's been the place to be. I think things are changing. I think the stock market and equities and stuff is not the place to be. I don't think the bond market's the place to be either. I think the place to be that is coming in the very near future is in cryptocurrencies and in gold and silver, and particularly gold and silver, and real physical gold and silver. That's going to be the place to be, especially for guys, all of us out here. It's something that we can all have. We can all go down. Actually, every one of us can go down and afford to buy a Silver Eagle or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe once a month, maybe once a week. I mean, just about everybody can afford once a month to buy themselves a silver eagle, and you can hold it right in your hand. And this is real tangible wealth with no counterparty risk. That's the thing, no counterparty risk. See, that's the biggest, most important part, because the whole world's financial system, all of the dollar-denominated assets, all have counterparty risk. Take a look at Bitcoin right now, right this minute, and we can see it dropping off a little bit. 94.06. Let me refresh the page. $94.15, but it's today. It seems like it's dropping off a little bit today. Look, this is the 1-day chart. Let me just go here to the 6-hour. Yeah, it looks like it's dropping off. Let's take a look now at oil. Oil is down 0.26, but we had a little pop in the price of oil, you know, because there's something going on with, I can't really sort it out just yet. They say Iran is arresting crude oil, I guess, smugglers or whatever, but the whole thing is just a weird situation right now, and I don't think it's completely sorted out what's really going on with that ship that's being detained off Iran. It's still a developing story, because I don't think we all know the real story yet to that. We're finding it out as time progresses, you know. I've been watching the story this morning unfold, and it seems a little bit confusing as to exactly what's going on with that. Let's take a look now at the Dow Jones, and we're going to take a look, and we're going to refresh the page here. It's down 62 points on the day. 27,169 is where we're at. And the Dow Jones is moving down a little bit today, but I think we're going to have an awful lot of big downward pressure on the Dow Jones in the future. And I'm going to tell you, the only way they're going to be able to fix it is with monetary stimulus. At a certain point, all this jawboning by the Fed is not going to work anymore. They're going to have to take real hard action to stop the slide in the Dow Jones. Let's take a look now at U.S. Treasuries. See, the long end of the yield curve is rising, and the short end of the yield curve is falling. The U.S. 10-year is at 2.07, and the 10-year is the one I watch the most. So we see it's rising a little bit today, but it's not big. It's only 1 basis point on the U.S. 10-year. Now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index today. 97.23 on the U.S. dollar index. Now, so this is what's up, guys. If a problem or a war were to break out in the Persian Gulf region, it's a distinct possibility at this point. Tensions have never been higher. We could see that Strait of Hormuz get cut off entirely to distribute oil to the world, because it's so close to Iran, and you've got such extensively powerful allied forces in there. Great Britain right now, the United Kingdom, is rushing warships down into the region. The United States already has a very heavy presence in the region. And the whole thing could just erupt to the point it could cut off the oil supply. And we could see very, very much increasing prices in oil. Now, we already got the increasing prices in gold and in silver. These three basic commodities, oil, gold, silver, determine the worth of the dollar, but they do not determine the dollar index. What determines the dollar index is the relationship between the currencies that the dollar index is pegged to. The euro makes up the biggest part of this basket. So it has nothing to do with gold, silver, or oil prices. But the dollar's value, its purchasing power, has everything to do with gold, silver, and oil prices. If gold, silver, and oil prices shoot up to the moon, well, it means you can't buy that much oil with a dollar. It means you can't buy that much silver with a dollar. It means you can't buy that much gold with a dollar. And that determines also, down the line, indirectly, how much items you can purchase with a dollar on a real day-to-day basis. Because most products out there that you buy are made from oil. You know how when you buy groceries and stuff, you cart your groceries home, half of what comes off of your groceries is garbage. You might buy a peanut butter, and you might buy a few other products. Well, the containers is all garbage, and it ends up in the garbage or in the landfill. After you've unwrapped and ate whatever you're going to eat, the leftovers are garbage. All that garbage is made from oil, basically, or a big chunk of it anyway. Your plastics, your containers, maybe the peanut butter containers made out of plastic, and the lid's made out of plastic or whatever, and the label on it. All oil. Oil, oil, oil. Now, it also takes oil to get that peanut butter jar from the factory that made it to the grocery store. Oil. Price of oil goes up, price of your peanut butter is going to go up. The price of everything out there is going to go up because this is an oil-based economy. And at the same time, if you got gold and silver shooting up in price and oil shooting up in price, you're going to look at compounding inflation. It means your dollar's going to buy a lot less. Well, the dollar index, this dollar index right here, might possibly not change at all or hardly any. But your dollar's only buying half as much. So you notice the consumer inflation, even though we still got a high U.S. dollar index, and it's because the U.S. dollar is being compared to the euro, and the euro is sliding off into the toilet. So it's all about what the dollar is being compared to, this dollar index. So we could see a relatively high dollar index and still lose half the purchasing power of the dollar. Basically what I'm getting at. I know it took me a little while to get there. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. Ray Dalio says there's a new paradigm coming. Paradigm shift. In other words, what you've been used to making a lot of money with, stocks and everything. Well, when people are in a new paradigm shift, they're still used to the old way, the way things were. And there was a lot of money to be made in stocks and stuff, so they still are in there. They're still getting ready to buy the dip, and sort of thing, and they're still ready to invest their money in the stock market, and they think that's the place to be and everything, and you can get rich from being a stock trader and all this stuff, right? All of a sudden there's a paradigm shift. They don't realize it yet. They can still continuing on with what they've been doing all along, and they're still a little bit hesitant about gold. I don't want a gold and silver, blah, 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 Meanwhile, the paradigm shift's already taken place. They didn't even notice it happen. Gold and silver prices are going to start shooting up, and the stock market's going to start leveling off. And it's leveling off, and the stock market is also priced in dollars, and the dollar's going to take a huge hit in its purchasing power. This is part of the reason why gold and silver are getting a bid. This thing is just starting to come in now. We got to keep our eye right on it. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this market report. I feel happy that I got everything working again, and my hard drive, I got rid of all that corruption, and my hard drive's running so smooth. I checked it this morning, and the amount of memory that my computer's using now, it was using almost completely all of my memory with these malicious programs that were on it. And I checked it this morning, it's only using a small percentage of the memory, and it's, so I know everything's clean now. It's all nice and clean, and I reinstalled, and after I reinstalled everything, I've installed Norton antivirus in there, the best, highest quality, their most expensive package of Norton antivirus. And hopefully that'll help me not to catch another one of these malicious bugs off of the internet. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next show. And give me a thumbs up. Bye-bye, guys.